Joining us now here on set is Rick Davis, who's a CBSN political contributor. And also with us is Senator from Missouri, Claire McCaskill. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask you, Senator, if there was some sort of a slogan for Hillary Clinton's campaign, what would it be?
Well, I think her slogan, I really do think Stronger Together. I think her whole message is, we have one candidate who wants to kind of tear us apart and thinks that punching Mexicans and Muslims in the nose is the way to lead America. And then you have Hillary Clinton, who says, hey, I get you. I've been fighting for you since way before the cameras and lights were on me in my life, and you can count on me to continue to be the kind of tough fighter that you're seeing put up with in a whole lot of attacks that have been coming at me for decades.
There's been some concern that that message hasn't resonated the way Donald Trump's message of Make America Great Again. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't, frankly, I don't think his message of Make America Great Again, it really is more about, we need to blow up what we have now, and we need to go back to a time where our country was not as diverse. And, he doesn't try to unify America. He tries to divide America. And that's attractive to some folks because they see the past as a better time because many Americans are struggling. But Hillary Clinton gets that. And I think she understands what really has to be done past sloganeering. I think she gets the policy. She gets working with Republicans. She gets what it takes to bring people together. I don't think he's demonstrated that capability at all.
And yet, Senator, we are seeing a statistical dead heat right now and an aggregate of the polling as we head into tonight and a look at these two candidates for 90 minutes for upwards of 100 million Americans watching at home. What then does Hillary Clinton need to do tonight to perhaps create some distance that we'd seen previously in the polling and perhaps put some, if nothing else, separate herself from somebody, because those two snapshots you just offered there suggest that this should not be what it, again, appears to be a statistical dead heat.
Well, I think Donald Trump has been very astute at working the media, and he is a TV star. He gets image and how you make it about you, and therefore you get momentum. But on the other hand, she actually, I think, when she has a chance under pressure to look directly at the American people, if you look at the Benghazi hearings, for example, for 11 hours, poise, composure, strength, stability, I think she'll show that tonight directly to the American people, and I think it will remind people how uniquely prepared she is.
Rick Davis, I want to bring you in, if only because
Sure.
that was something that you and I were discussing just moments ago with regard to the Secretary's testimony, very specifically there, as a high watermark for her in terms of performance and something that she might want to look to evoke again tonight.
Yeah, sure. There's been a lot of discussion about vitality of both candidates. They're both geriatrics in any sense of the word, and
be careful
so
now.
whether, yeah, believe me, I'm right there with you. And I didn't use it as a dirty word. And so what's going to happen is people will evaluate them based on just how vital they are. And I think the run-up to this has really been defined by Hillary's problems with her health recently. And so, but it doesn't take long to turn the page back a little bit and say, wow, she did 4 hours straight at a Benghazi hearing and basically came out a winner, against all the various interests allied against her. So I mean, it was pretty impressive outcome. Question is, can she live up to that tonight?
And Rick, there are different ways to synthesize the ideas of strength and stamina. And as a former campaign manager who sent John McCain out there in 2008, Donald Trump has never done this. He's never sat and debated someone on this sort of stage for 90 minutes uninterrupted without any break. Might this reveal something about perhaps a different sort of stamina by night's end tonight?
Well, I think that the key to most debates always occur in the first half of the debate. So is he ready to really get out there and start fresh? Because a lot of these folks who take on this task are nervous when they first get out there. I mean, nobody has really ever done this before in Donald Trump's position. This is different. It's the big show compared to the primaries. And so will he be intimidated by that? Yep. Will he be deer in the headlights? Will he be ready to hit it right away? And then the question is, does he maintain that stamina? Does he really have the ability to stay focused? It's really quite a bit of information passing through a 90-minute sequence, whether it's engagement with Hillary or whether it's with the moderators.
And I don't know what you think, Rick, but I think it's really hard in a 90-minute format to just do, believe me, we're going to be great again, I'm going to be tough, believe me, we're going to be great, I'm going to be tough. I mean, he does so much sloganeering. If you listen to his speeches, a lot of it is sloganeering. I think it's really tough to do that over and over again for 9 minutes.
I would remind, though, some of the Republican primary debates were 2 hours long. So it's not like he hasn't been on the stage that long, but it hasn't this intensity. Right.
Senator McCaskill, I want to ask you, people who know her, her friends of Hillary Clinton, say she is this incredibly warm woman who people just, her friends adore and love. Why is it that she has an approval rating in the 30s with the American public?
Well, she's been, for decades, she's been targeted, and frankly, she's been through a lot in the public eye. And I think any normal person would get defensive, would kind of build up a tough outer layer. And I think she is so focused on being resilient and remaining, you know, not getting down on the mat and staying there, but getting back up and fighting and fighting and fighting. That has been her focus, not I need to show vulnerability to the American people. And I think that's a good thing, although I think, you know, a lot of people would like to see her open up more. But I think that explains it. I think if you've been through what she's been through in the public eye and what she believes a lot of unfairness about how she's been characterized, I think it's very hard for her to open up.
Senator Claire McCaskill, Rick Davis, thank you both for joining us. We appreciate it.